Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of 5 and 5, and today I'm going to talk about Alzheimer's disease and how diet can influence it. So this video might be a little bit longer than 5 minutes because there's so much information, so just please bear with me. But still, if you like, please subscribe, like, comment, share it about, and yeah, let's get into it. So Alzheimer's disease is a degenerative brain disease that makes you lose your memory, so your brain doesn't function as it should. Between your brain neurons, there's a little gap called the synapse, and there should be firing happening or electrical current flowing from one of your neurons to the next neuron across this gap, this synapse. And they think that degradation happens in this area, and that causes then your neurons to stop firing and communicating, and then that causes the memory loss and loss in function in your brain. Okay, so then you end up forgetting absolutely everything. There have been a few movies about this topic as well in the last few years. So let's get into it. So that is the disease. So number one, dietary thing that can benefit your brain and help prevent Alzheimer's is polyunsaturated fatty acids. So you get different kinds of fatty acids. So fatty acids are long strings of fats that are joined together. They are joined together to a glycogen molecule. So sorry, let me just get back to my thought pattern. So they connect, and they're a long molecule. So different kinds of fatty acids have a different length. So the length determines the function. And in general, when the length is too long, then the body can't do that much with it. And it also has to have open connections. So with unsaturated fatty acid, it means all the bonds have not been taken, so things can bind onto them. Saturated fatty acids, so saturation means full. So saturated fatty acid is a long fatty acid with all its bonds have been taken. So essentially nothing can add onto it. It can only add on to something else. So that's why saturated fatty acids are harmful, is because they can attach somewhere to your body. And they cannot remove any bad materials, but they will become a bad material in your body. So they can cause damage instead of decreasing damage. So polyunsaturated fatty acids can decrease the damage that is done. So it's a potent anti-inflammatory. And the kind of fatty acids, the EPA and the DHA, is also what your brain uses to function. Your brain has a high percentage of fat. So polyunsaturated fatty acids is a brain food, and it helps to regulate your mood, your emotions, your cognitive function, your locomotor function, and your exploratory function. So these functions that your brain has to do on a daily basis, this is essentially aided and improved and increased by fatty acids, unsaturated fatty acids. So these unsaturated fatty acids, you get nuts, seeds, plant fats like coconut, seaweeds, seeds, lots of seeds have these in. So there are a lot of plant materials that have beneficial fatty acids. There's a big debate about coconut oil, if it's actually beneficial or not beneficial, but I would say the less processed, the better. So get fresh coconut, consume that coconut, and then you should be okay. Or get a coconut oil that's 100%, and don't use excessive amounts with it, and don't use it to cook. I'll get to the cooking in the fourth reason. And the fifth thing will be parts of the plants. So coconut oil, use in moderation, don't use too much. Think again how many coconuts are needed to make a tub of coconut oil, and then how much coconut oil you are consuming, how many coconuts you'll then have in a little bit of oil. So don't have too much. So similar to, for example, something like flaxseed, you need a teaspoon of flaxseed a day for optimal function. So in the same breath, don't use massive spoons full of coconut oil. It's not necessary. Okay, so polyunsaturated fatty acids is essential for your brain function, and also omega-3s. Okay, so they are essential for your brain function. So under polyunsaturated fatty acids, you have two different ones: omega-3, omega-6. Omega-3 is anti-inflammatory. Omega-6 can be pro-inflammatory, but it also has a beneficial part if they are in the correct ratio. You don't want excessive amounts of either because they need to be kept in a balance. Okay, so then number 2, vitamins. So vitamins are extremely important as well for your brain function. So we know about vitamin C, which is an antioxidant that helps to eliminate toxins in your body. It helps build your cellular function. It helps cellular regeneration, so to multiply your cells. And especially vitamin E is important for your brain because it's a fat-soluble vitamin. It's also then beneficial for your brain. It's also extremely beneficial for your skin. But in vitamin E, you get different kinds. The alpha tocopherol is the one that actually has the antioxidant function. So alpha tocopherol is the one that you really want to take if you're not getting vitamin E through your food. If you're taking a supplement, you want to get alpha tocopherol because that also has a potent antioxidant function, and that is the one that is beneficial to your brain. So then you also want sorry about that. Then you also want vitamin D because vitamin D because you want because they found that low vitamin D levels increase your risk for Alzheimer's disease. So you also want specifically vitamin D3 because this is the active form that your body can use. So if you're not getting it in through the sunlight or through your food that you're eating, then you want to take a vitamin D3 supplement because that is the active form that your body can use. So vitamin D is also important for your cognition. They've found that higher levels of vitamin D improves your cognition, improves your mood, improves your sleeping patterns, and sleep is also extremely good for your brain. You need optimal sleep so your brain can recover and regenerate and build as well. Then B6, vitamin B6, B12, and folate is also extremely important for your synaptic activity, and especially vitamin B12 because it decreases your homocysteine. High levels of homocysteine increases your risk for strokes, heart attacks, heart disease, and brain diseases, degenerative brain diseases. So B12 is an absolutely essential vitamin. Most people do not get it in their diet, so a supplement is important. It's also important to have a wonderful gut bacterial growth. So if you check out some of my other videos, I've also talked about B12. So then another one, number 3, polyphenols. So polyphenols are compounds found in fruits and vegetables, and they are part of the color compounds as well. So it's color pigments and phenolic substances that are found in fruit and vegetables, and they protect your cells against toxicity. So they help your cellular regeneration, they help as part of your immune system, they help to eliminate the waste, and they stop your cells from mutating, from changing and altering their function. So when a cell alters its function or mutates in a wrong way, it doesn't mutate as it should or replicate as it should, then it can cause cancer formation because the cell starts to function differently to what it's supposed to. So polyphenols and phenolic substances and the color compounds will stop this from happening. It will help your cells replicate like they should and keep their normal function. So it also helps to repair and regenerate your synaptic clefts, so that gap between your nerve endings, your neurons, and it also helps the plasticity of your neurons, so meaning they don't lose their function, they keep their function as they are replicating. So the things that are especially high in these polyphenols are berries, grapes, and one that I've always mentioned, turmeric, which the active ingredient of is curcumin. So curcumin you can also now find as a supplement. So curcumin is also especially important. Turmeric is an absolutely fantastic product. You can consume turmeric every single day. It doesn't have a negative effect. You can eat a lot of it. So it's the roots of a plant. You can grow this in your home in a pot. It is a little bit of a fussy plant, but it's possible to grow. It wants a warmer environment. It wants well-draining soil, and it wants regular water. But turmeric is absolutely fantastic. It increases the uptake of your antioxidants. It decreases your pro-inflammatory cytokines in your body. It decreases oxidative damage, and it also decreases beta amyloid products. So beta amyloids, they damage your neurons. So to prevent this damage, curcumin can act on this part, the beta amyloids. It can help to eliminate them and stop them from damaging your cells. Then number 4, so here we come into processed foods and cooking and changing food from its natural state. So these are called reduced dietary advanced glycation end products, or just AGE, advanced glycation end products, AGE. So what happens? What are these? So they form when you are changing food from its natural state into something different. So in the processing of food, these end products are formed, and they are extremely harmful to your body because they increase biological stress, they increase inflammation, and they change your cells. And these mutated, changed cells, these end products, they live longer than your normal cells. So meaning they are able to damage and harm your body for a longer period because they are not eliminated or killed quickly. And they also damage your regular cells' surface area. So they stop the function, they change the function, and they can actually cause a lot of damage in your cells. And when cells are damaged, it causes disease, for example, cancer. So you really don't want these advanced glycation end products in your body. So foods that are high in these are highly processed products. So those that you buy in the shops that have been packaged. So something like chips, crisps, sodas, cool drinks, cookies, even this one is especially for the vegan people out there using those fake meat or the processed soy products. Those have advanced glycation end products. So everything that you buy packaged and you read the ingredient list and you have no idea what 3/4 of those things are, and the list is as long as your arm, those are harmful to your body. So if you just have the natural product in front of you, you can see it, you can smell it, you can eat it, you recognize exactly what it is. It's an apple, it's an orange, it's a mango. Those do not have these in. It's once you start changing it to something completely different where you get the problems. Then also meat and dairy have these advanced glycation end products, especially extremely processed forms of it like sausages, polony, sliced meats, cheese, yogurt. These are all highly processed end products of the original milk or sinew, bone, muscle. Then also cooking methods like overcooking your food, grilling on an open flame, or just grilling, frying, roasting, broiling. Those dark parts that form on the things that you are cooking, that is extremely harmful. The WHO have also classified these methods as cancer forming, and also when you put meat on an open flame, that black part that forms, that is also cancer forming. So that's a part of these advanced glycation end products. So these are extremely harmful. I'd advise to try and cut out as much as of them as possible. Then the last one, number 5. This one is quite easy to do. Eat your plants. Eat as many plants as you can. Increase your fruit and vegetable intake to the max. You cannot eat too many fruits. You can eat only fruit. You can eat as much as you want. You can eat 10 kilograms of fruit in a day if you can, if you want. Fruit is not harmful to your body. Some vegetables have quite a lot of energy. For example, a potato, you won't take a potato out of the ground and just chow down. You'll go and cook it first, which then releases some of the bonds, which make them easier to absorb and increases the carbohydrate content in it, and also increases the body's uptake of all of these carbohydrates. So once you start cooking and changing the food, it becomes more available to your body, and it becomes more easy to eat too much or ingest too much or absorb too much. So fruit, nuts, seeds, have that as your base and then work further. So especially nuts and seeds, as they are high in polyunsaturated fatty acids, DHA, EPA, omega-3s. So as I mentioned, flaxseed, chia seed, pumpkin seed, these are all especially beneficial to your body, also your brain. Nuts and seeds are brain food because they are high in polyunsaturated fatty acids. Okay, so that is it. Maybe a long video, but it's worth it. Alzheimer's and degenerative brain diseases are prominent, and you don't want them, and you don't want your family members to get them. So look at these. I can send you the references that I have as well. I'll put them in the description. So like, share, comment on the video, and enjoy. See you next time. Stay healthy.